Good morning. Welcome back to the shop. Let's see what the angry trash can has in store for us today. This video is going to be taking the clampage and bandage off this Mackenzie Marr acoustical style guitar that had the case of the removable headstock. So stay tuned. This can be a good video. See ya. Alright, so here we have this Mackenzie Marr. Friends since 1958. Aw, that's cute. Or so is it Mackenzie and... Oh, it's probably Mackenzie and Marr. I've never actually heard of this particular brand. You know, it looks like a Canadian seagull build. So, what does it say? Where was it? The 10th anniversary limited edition Tofino Mackenzie and Marr friends. Let's see. In 2010, John Marr and Jonathan Mackenzie launched Mackenzie and Marr guitars. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read over the little hump thing in there. With their first model, Tofino Western Canadian cedar gives this guitar a huge sound. The handcrafted workmanship makes it a joy to play. And, made in China. So I was correct about woods being Canadian, and this looks like a seagull. But it was made in China. That's fine. China makes great guitars. When I was working at Rondo, for a hot minute they made some acoustic guitars that were 100% solid wood, 100% handmade, and they were, I mean, ridiculously cheap. Like under $200 cheap. Just, I don't even know how. Nobody bought them because they thought they were junk because they were from Rondo and they were Chinese, but they were amazing instruments. I should have bought one. Anyway, I digress. This is how I did this headstock repair, as you saw in the previous short video. Rubber bands are fantastic for guitar work. They keep a steady, even pressure, and the pressure builds. Of course it does. Each time you wrap it around, so you don't need to you don't have to really tighten it as hard as you can the first time around. You can go gently and just keep going. If you have a long rubber band, it'll keep compressing each time. It adds up and it puts a lot of force down, actually. So I use them a lot. They work amazing. And do that. Take this off. And this little trick, I figured this thing out. I'm sure other people do it, but I've had people tell me it's a good idea. But just take a dowel, just zip tie it to the fingerboard, and kind of a crisscross manner like that, and you have an anchor point for whatever. Anyway, let's get that off of there. I should really get those removable zip ties, because that's kind of a waste to clip them. But here we are. No, too late. Clipping them. I'm going. Oh, so wasteful. Oh no. Oh, I'm throwing them right in the trash too. All right, let's see how this went. So here's our breakage. All right, I think here, let's zoom in a bit. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it so I'm not banging this acoustic guitar body off the vise and make it so you guys can see. But we got some glue that, whoop, see? You're gonna break it. I know. It was just on the very edge, didn't do anything. Calm down, it's on the flat side. Okay, that looks pretty good. Oh, by the way, this guitar was brought over by the store manager, and this is, I think it's a friend of his guitar or something like that. And he had it brought in just to see, because the truss rod's acting a little tight. I might just pull it, now that we have the opportunity, I think I'll pull the nut out. I think it's a single action, and give it some lubrications if it is a single action. And because it was just acting a little tight. It's fine, it works. But then I was like, hey man, you know your headstock's broken? He's like, no, I did not know that. Well, I have some unfortunate news, or had some unfortunate news, but this went back together very, very nicely. Contrary to popular belief, end grain is a fantastically strong joint. It really is. Taylor did it for years with their you know, their finger joint here. It's all end grain. It's very, very strong. Construction workers know this. So that went back together very tightly because we didn't mess around with it and keep it apart and let the little fibers get all, you know, not aligned with one another, and just kind of took it apart, put it right back together, and used some Tight Bond original. I think it's gonna be fine. Let's give some flexing action. Oh yeah, you know, let's do a little. You shouldn't do that. It's fine. It's totally fine. And we will sand flat all those little glue lines. Give it a, you know, light finish type of thing. It's a satin finish, so there's not a heck of a lot we can do other than make it really shiny, and I don't want to do that, right? We don't want to do that. So we'll put the nut back in it and give it a setup, send it, and the boss's guitar will be good to go. All right, ready? Cool. Okay, I need to go find the parts for it though. They're in the case. All right, you guys chill for a second. I'm gonna put my clamps back, drink some more of my coffee. And today we're doing Newman's organic French roast. Very good, very good. I got it at a half price deal. It was like $5 for the K-Cups. K-Cups are so wasteful. Yep, they sure are, but they taste good. Anyway, hold on, repausing. Okay, we put our bonus tools away, except for that, I missed that. And we've gotten some very hot water. It's not quite boiling, but you could definitely cook ramen in it, you know what I mean? And we're gonna use this to remove the leftover gluage. Always use the least destructive way possible to remove glue, which the least destructive way is to get it when it's wet. And that is definitely what she said. After that is to use hot water. And most finishes can take hot water, except, I know about French polish. I know, if it's French polish, don't use water on it, okay? But for the most part, most finishes, even lacquer, it might get sticky because you're loosening up 50 years of filth. Boy, that'd be a good band name, huh? 50 years of filth. Live tonight. Anyway, let's see how that came out. That's pretty, everything's pretty tight. There's a little bit of a, not much there, not much, so maybe just a little bit. You just barely catch your fingernail on it. But I'm overall very happy. Oh, there's a little spot. We can fill in whatever's left with some super gluage and file it flat. Now that all the regular glue's out of the way, we can see what's really happening. See? All right, here, you guys want to see? Watch that vise. I'm not gonna hit it again. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it's definitely. I mean, it's you feel it, but it's not like you wouldn't catch, like you wouldn't scratch yourself on it. You wouldn't get a sliver off of it. But let's make it a little better. Okay, what do I want to do first? I want to fill those with super glue first, or file them down. I think I want to fill them first. Let's see, then we'll go on from there. So let's get some accelerator. Get one of our little fine tipped. This one's pretty well had it. I'm gonna get a new one. All right, what's this? This one new or used? This one's, oh, it's a new one right there. Cool. Again, these things, they work fantastic. And they're out of our regular ones, and they have the extra long whippy tip style, and these are even better. So highly recommended. You can get like a box of like 500 of them on Amazon. Makes putting glue down so much easier. You don't have to deal with these things clogging up. So basically just, you know, dip in like a hummingbird. And preferably don't do it over the guitar. Just wanted to show you guys. Don't take it out over the guitar. Point it in a direction that is not directly at your face or project when you're letting the super glue settle in, because sometimes you can accidentally squeeze it and then it squirts like a squirt gun, and you don't want that to happen. It has happened to me. Luckily, it hasn't hit a guitar. Check it out over there. See that spot behind the, right there. That's super glue. So I picked one up over here, and I don't know what happened. I squeezed it, or some kind of pressure built in and like squirted away over there. or I didn't see that there was some in the tip. Right, just the tip. Sorry, kind of clogged up this morning. It's allergies or what? Usually that doesn't happen. Anyway, trying to get it so you guys can see what's happening. How about we zoom in like this, like this? How's that? That good? All right, sounds good to me. I'm going to, actually, you know what? I'm going to put it in the vise. That'll be much better. Hold on. Pause. All right, that's a much better view for you guys. Excellent. So let's get a little bit of this on there. We got a toothpick to steer with. Hold on. All right. You can take a toothpick and kind of steer where you want your glue to go. But, so here, let's get it there, right up to the, get it kind of work its way up off camera there, but okay. There we go. And now again, you can kind of, you can steer it with the toothpick. Right, see that? And we're just gonna kind of, where'd that crack go? Okay, that way. This way you can kind of keep it going where you want it to and not have it run down the neck where you don't want it to go. See how that works? You guys following me? Anybody there? Bueller? Now there's a little bit more there. I can see where that crack is still open on the spot there, just the very edge. I mean, the crack isn't open, but the finish is. You never get finish to go back together quite perfect. So that's why we're doing this. All right, okay, now let's go to the other side. Other side, I think, has more of a, up the fingerboard. One of them went out. Ooh, there it is. It is on that side. Okay. There it is. I couldn't see it from that angle. Okay. And it goes to about there. All right. Okay, this is the one where it goes up a little more than what would be comfortable. Hopefully we'll get all that to lay down. Somebody's dinging me. And stuff's drying faster than what I would expect. Usually I need accelerator, or it stays wet for quite a while, but it's curing pretty quick actually from the bottom up. That's good. There's no bubbles. Let's take it. I'm just kind of walking around taking a look, see if there's any spots I missed. It's best if you can get all your coverage before you use the accelerator, because when you after you use the accelerator, you really can't take your time anymore. Not that you can really take your time with super glue. Anyway, let's get a little, I think there's a little spot there. We go. Yep, that's where I wanted. Okay, right there. Yeah, okay. All right. Now let's hit it with the accelerator. And that'll solidify anything that's left. Put my glue away. That's the best advice for super glue tip maintenance. Oh, wrong way. Is put your glue away when you're done with it. It doesn't tip over. Tips don't get clogged. Okay, I think we're good there. Let's now use our auger bit file. Here, maybe you want to go in a little bit more. There we go. And we're just going to kind of go like this. And as long as you're not pressing down too hard, your file will only hit the super glue areas, the areas that are sitting proud to the, which is above the regular finish. And it's kind of a feel thing. See, like down here, there's nothing. Hear it? You can hear it as it hits it. It's kind of like shaving. It's like exactly like shaving, actually. Yeah, it's like shaving your face, you wouldn't use your razor and push down as hard as you can, right? No, that'd be dumb. Why would you do that? Just kind of gently glide it. And most of the time, it just shaves the super glue down pretty evenly. Sometimes it'll pull out a chunk, and if it does, just put more super glue in. Super glue bonds to super glue, so it's not a big deal. I find a lot of people just give up if one attempt fails. It's like, well, you know, keep working at it. But, this is going pretty well, if I say so far. Jinxing myself, I'm sure. But yeah, this went together as good as any headstock repair. We think the culprit was a whiplash drop in the case. The case had a support here and here, or you know, right around the 12th fret, and then here around the 4th. Or was it like here? Around the 3rd fret area. But this one wasn't even touching. The guitar was tilted, so it was right up in the air. So there's a lot of free play there in the case, and if it got dropped flat, it causes a severe slap whiplash, and that's what breaks most of your headstocks. That's why people, when they say, "I just opened my case and it was broken," well, it's because you dropped your case. Usually you drop them flat on their back. That's why so many Les Pauls get broken in shipment, because guitars ship in big, flat, rectangular boxes on pallets. And where do the big flat things go? At the bottom. And so what they do, because it has one obviously heavy end, they stand it up on its rear end and then let it fall flat. And it flaps down. That right there, broken headstock. When I worked at Rondo, we had hundreds of broken headstocks. I threw away so many guitars. I kept quite a few. I'd fix them, give them to my friends or whatever, or experiment on them. But he would sell me the carcasses for like basically the cost of the parts. So basically nothing for the wood and whatever the pieces. So basically like $50, because they were all just, you know, Chinese Grovers, and which worked fine. And his Seymour Duncan copies, electronics, so they were like literally costing like $3 a piece. And yeah, but I fixed and saw hundreds of headstock breaks. Often I was experimenting with headstocks. It's like, you know, why not? It's already trash. So often I would just use super glue for the whole thing. Holds great. I would super glue them up. I wish I would have been videoing back then, but I didn't even have a phone that was capable of it really. But I would fix just all super glue. See what happens. Just see if it breaks. Never did, actually. There were quite a few headstock repairs out there, and I would abuse them too. I would intentionally break them, and they would break somewhere else. Super glue actually worked very, very well. The problem with super glue is if you don't get it perfect immediately, then you're screwed. And you're all done, sir. Because now you have an area that's been permanently opened by glue. Anyway, just trying to not make boring filing extra boring. What do you guys think? You guys ever tried Agiles? They're a really nice guitar when I was there. There's a couple in here, or at least one. There's a couple 7-strings, I think. One out back, waiting for parts or something, and one, I think there's still one over in Matt's area. But they're really nice, especially for how cheap they are. Of course, now people are selling them online for more than they cost new, which is funny to me. I think I still have 2 Agiles. One I bought after I left, or was fired from Rondo. And the other one was a prototype that I kept, sort of, as I designed up a headless bridge system because Boss was too cheap to pay for Steinberger. So I made a headless system out of a Les Paul tailpiece and a Floyd Rose nut and some hollow tubes from a cheap Floyd. Made a pretty functional headless tailpiece. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. This thing's coming out pretty nice. We've definitely got it down to fairly level. A couple spots right here. I don't want to press too hard. Again, resist the urge to press too hard. You will gouge. Gouging's not good. Still a little bit of a high spot. Oh, there it is. Just gotta kind of find the edge and work inward, basically. That's what she said? I mean, I guess. I think somebody might be here. Anyway, we'll keep going, do a sound check. Thanks for watching. All right, so this is what we have so far. I have filed and sanded with 600 grit. Everything's smooth. Came out really nice. This was a spot here where there's a little finger that had kind of just raised up and didn't want to clamp back down. So you have that with headstock brakes. It was probably a little built-in tension there. You can see it kind of followed the grain as it turned. So that's what was going on there. Now, this little spot here, we can leave that. It actually doesn't look as bad in person as what you're seeing. The camera makes it look like it's really, really white. It's quite a bit darker than what you're seeing on the screen. But anyway, first, let's take some steel wool and just kind of give this a little cleanup. And I'll just kind of blend into the satin finish. Steel wool works great to blend in a shiny spot, by the way, to satin finish. 404-aught steel wool. Can really hide stuff if you have to fix a ding. Satin, oh, that came out nice. Very nice. And also, we'll clean up any bits of glue you may have missed. Gives the wood a nice satiny feel. And you guys play pool, use some 4-aught steel wool on your pool stick shaft. You're welcome. There we go. I know you guys want to sit here and watch me stroke this long, semi-girthy object, but I'll stop. Okay, nice. All right, watch this trick. Hold on. Be right back. Pause. All right. You ever seen these things? Seeming like discount stores and whatever. They work very, very well for guitar work also. You just kind of work with the lightest one first. And just kind of keep doing that and just smudge it with your finger. Yeah. Just keep filling it in. Obviously, this is not what you want to do on a vintage Martin or something, but this channel is called what? What's it called? Gorilla Guitar Repair. And this is definitely a Gorilla Guitar Repair technique. That's hacky. Yep, sure is. But this is not a guitar that the customer is going to spend hundreds of dollars fixing a finish on. Huh? That's better. See? That, and then you let it set for a second, and then you do another coat of the lighter stuff. And just let it set for a minute. It dries really quick. And if you need to go back on, if you mess it up or it's the wrong color, you just take your steel wool and just buff it back out. It'll come off pretty easy when it's still pretty wet. I mean, you know, Murphy charges extra for that, right? There we go. Give it a little time to just blow on it a little bit. Just kind of get rid of the shine just by lightly hitting it with a steel wool. And there you have it. Look at that. All done, all fixed. Well, it's not strung up yet, but that part's done. Nice and strong. All right, we'll spin you guys around. We'll get some strings on this beast and send it. All right, back to pause. Alrighty then. What we're gonna do, put the nut back in, clean up a little more glue spill, I think, or whatever that is up there. Give the frets, need a fret level? I don't think so. So let's give the frets a little bit of a cleaning up. I mean, any of these guitars could technically use a fret level, but they weren't complaining about that. The action was a bit high. Bring the saddle down, put some strings on it. We're going to use some Diodario EJ16s and tighten up everything that needs tightening. Tune it up, play it, send it. I might go silent mode if people show up because it's just about that time of the morning. But yeah, it's a cool guitar. Actually, I always felt that the Canadian-made guitars didn't play great. I didn't like the feel of the neck. This one actually feels a little more comfortable to me. So, there's that. All right, let's, first, please, let's clean up the board. The nut's not in the way. We'll have plenty of access up there when I buff it. How about we time-lapse this part? You guys don't need to see this in real time. Right, ready, time-lapse. And we're back to the bench. Let's clean off the buffer slime. A little bit of naphtha. Naphtha. We have to illegally get our naphtha from Massachusetts because it's now been illegalized in New Hampshire. That's right. They said no more naphtha. I think you can still buy lighter fluid, which is basically the same thing. And then we just go to Mass, where we have one of our guys who lives down there in that area. Just get us some whenever. Shh, don't tell. Look at that filth. See? Now a little bit of Howard's, so you know it's good. Feeding wax. I'm almost all out. That bottle is gonna try to squirt me. Come on, I'm making a mess. It gets little wax chunks built up in the nozzle, and then you'll squeeze it too hard, and it'll just blort everywhere. You know, blort. You Doug Stanhope fan should get that one. Look at the, oh, that was dry, huh? Wow. Okay. Give that a minute to sit and think about what it's done. Let's see what we got here. Make sure we got all our parts and pieces. We got nice wooden bridge pins. Ooh, fancy. Looks like bone parts. Yeah, see? This is nice guitar, nice parts. Try basically the same thing as an Art and Lutherie. Seagull. Nice. They have lots and lots of cedar and maple up in Canada. That's why they can put solid wood on cheap guitars, because they have so much wood. Alright, whatever that is in the headstock might need a little more than that, so let's see. That need hot water? That might need hot water. Let's see. Yeah, I need some more hot water. Alright, hold on. Pausing. Okay. Alright. And I will reiterate that appreciate people watching. Hope you would subscribe if you do like what you see. You know, some wood booger fixing guitars. But if you like that kind of stuff, subscribe. It helps. If I get more subscribers, then hey, maybe the channel gets better stuff, cameras, you know, better projects, more fun for you guys. That's what it's all about. This came out pretty good. Look at that. There's that little spot. It's not so bad. You know, I can't see it from my house, right? A bit of water there, or polish or whatever. Cool. Let's put the nut back in. These usually have almost no glue on there. They put barest little drop of glue, which is fine. You don't need much. Less of a mess to clean up, right? This little just cleaning scrub. Get all the crust off of there. The slot didn't look like it had much of anything in it. Yeah, might give it a little swipe with a chisel. Where's my quad? Just to kind of get the corners, but there's nothing really in there. Maybe a little bit there. Yeah. Ooh, almost cut myself. Thing is sharp. Very sharp, dude. Wicked sharp. There it is. Got it. Just a little bit of crusty stuff there, but that's it. It's all gone. Nut back in. A little bit of the thicker of the superior glue. This stuff I tend to just use in the bottle and deal with a crusty nozzle every now and then. So just a little drop there. Don't need much. Don't overglue your nuts. There we go. Good enough. Let's give that a little bit of pressure for a second. Check out other things. I think this needed to come down quite a bit, if I remember right. Yeah, way more on the base side. The slot's actually cut crooked. This was a common thing at Rondo also. Check this out. Ready? Look at this. Look at that. See how the treble side is way up closer to the top than the bass. I don't know why many Chinese guitars did that for a long time. So your saddle ends up being really weird shaped because it's way deeper. The jig or whatever program they use to CNC these out must not have been set right. Anyway, let's go sand this saddle down and we should be good to go. Let's go to the back tool room. All right, ready? Pause. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed so you guys can see what's happening. Ready? I don't want to set up the light thing. All right, ready, and here we go. Cool. Let's see how close we got with that. Back out here to the bench. Give it just a quick little. I know it's not perfect on the bottom yet. I know. Just trying to see. I think we're good. I think I might need to come down a little more on the bass side, but I don't really want to come down much more. Getting pretty low. Definitely not going to do a neck reset on this. All right, we'll get my sanding beam, I should say, down. And let's get you back in the holder. Ready? Pause. Okay, come here, get out of there. Just chew up the bottom a little bit. There we go. That's looking pretty good. All right. Yep, got it. Put that in there. Hopefully don't need that sanding beam again for a minute. And let's make sure our tuning machines are tight. And with our 10 mil. I might have already done this. I don't remember. But they're all tight. Good to go. Those are all good. That away so we don't stab ourselves again. Okay. Here we have our D'Addario brand DJ16 strings. These are a great string just for middle of the road, sound good, last long time, non-coated, phosphor bronze. Good string. Good string. Let's see if they cut these correctly. Yeah, all right, that's good. Is he slotted? Yes, slotted. And I'll bend the strings a little bit to give the balls clearance. You always want plenty of clearance for your balls. If you don't have clearance for your balls, bad things happen. So always remember, give it a bend, keep clearance for your balls. Okay. Now, here, we'll give a little zoom in on the headstock action. Alright, there we go. You guys see it? Okay. This is how we do this. Once around. Through, just like that. Ooh, I gotta clean that. There's fingerprints. We don't want that. That's bad. Gross. So, sorry. I had to take a brief cleaning intermission. There we go. That's better. We don't want fingerprints all over that headstock. Right? Right. Better. Anyway. You guys still see what's going on? Kinda. Sorta. Alright, good. So again, up to the post, around once. Push it down and through the hole. That's it. Again, around once. Like that. It's faster, it's easier. Your guitar will come up to pitch faster, stay at pitch better, because you don't have a bunch of loops and knots that are all still trying to tighten and squeeze. It's just science. Just like that. And you don't have beehives. Oh. All right, ready? Incoming Bosch. Here, let's bring it out just a... There we go. That's better. Okay, bend your strings up. When you clip them, you don't scratch your headstock. Just how I like to do it. I might still have to bring that bass side down a little more. Let's see how we're... General first shot here. Let's change the angle to the angle. How about that? You guys ready? There we go. Move this up and out. There we go. Seems a bit low still, but oh, actually, yes, that's very nice. I might bring. We'll see. That's not bad. Not bad at all. It's got a little bit of a ski jump action happening at the end of the board, so I don't want to bring the action down super low. But the nut slots are also really high, so I think once we bring those down, this thing will be good to go. It's not bad up here at all. Much more better than it was before. Here, we'll give you guys that view when we're doing this. First, let's... How close do we think? Just a guess. Let's see. Spoon and fork. That was pretty close. I'm impressed. Are you? I heard it drop. You hear that? Anyway, probably the headstock coming off. Wouldn't that be funny? I would laugh. I would totally laugh. If that happened, that would be, I mean, I'd feel bad, but also I know how YouTube works. That'd be fantastic. Takes out the camera. Me. Hits me in the face. That'd be funny. Alright. Anyway. Let's get our files down here ready to go. Our Stumakian nut files. Wow, those are really high. I might actually take a sanding block to that afterwards. Close. I know they have a tool for that, but I can do it this way faster than I can go look for a tool. Right? Right. I wish they would make their 16 again. They haven't made a 16 in a long time. This is a 12 and a 20. This is a 12 and a 16, which works great for B strings, Stumac, and G strings on electric. Figure it out. We need another. And how about a 9? Can we make a 9, a 10 in this style file? Stumac, get on it. I know the technology exists. This one's just almost worn out. And I know they replaced them, but if they don't have one, they can't replace it. There we go. I like to take the 12 and just hit the bottom just like a little, give it a little so it can't rattle. So I'm sure the bottom of this 16 is not quite 16 anymore. Been used a lot. Okay. Don't want to overcut the G. Oh, there we go. Nailed it. Yeah, careful when you're cutting in these Chinese pre-cut nuts. Sometimes they have slots that go deeper than what the string is sitting, so you'll feel like it doesn't feel like you're cutting a lot, but you really are, because it's following a pre-cut slot. You know what I mean? No? No, all right. Ow. There we go. See, like that one there, the slot wasn't cut for the string already. So if you're really pressing hard, you'll cut too much, and you don't want that. A little more on that one. There we are. Yeah, I'm gonna hit that with a block. Yep. Cool. Let's again hit that with a block. We will. So where's my block? Hold on. Repause. All right, we got a short sanding fret block with 220 on it. Works great for this. there. Okay, that looks good. Do a little shaping with the file. Just around the corners. Okay, I should have taped that off before. I forgot that I was going to use sandpaper. So we have some 400 right here. Okay, and some 600. There's some 600. Alright, and let's hit it with some 1,000. Why not? Oop, I ripped my tape. Don't worry, it's over a string. Not gonna hurt anything. I'm not gonna go back to the buffer, so we'll just hit it with some 1,000 grit and call it good, right? What do you guys think? There we go. Removing tape. Tape dust or bone dust. That is much more better. What do you guys think? How about we do that? And then I can't, hold on. I know. Figure it out. I'm trying. That's what you want right there. That's what you want. All right, cool. So, boy, my best bench is becoming a mess. All this junk everywhere. What are you guys doing? Making a mess on my bench. Anyway, I'll put these here for now. Get this thing buttoned up. Sound checked. Played. No electronics to test. Cool. Give another stretch. How close we get this time? I was a little flat. More stretchy. Sounds nice, huh? Let's, here, you guys move over to a better position. Ready, pause. All right, how's that? Plenty bright, isn't it? Let's check the truss rod. I'm gonna give it a little relief. She's a little backbowed. Hold on, hold on. Womp womp. Weren't quite done. I forgot to check my rod. Come on, find your hole. Come on, why? There we go. There. Okay. Now where we at? Where we at? That's better. Retuning. Okay. Take two. Very bright. I wouldn't say it's a open chord basher. Well, a little plinky there. It's got a little bit of a ski jump happening, but as far as I understand it, this is going to be for a semi-beginner, so whoops. It's a very, very bright guitar. Yeah, fingerstyle works good on it. Anyway, we're gonna call this done. It's a cool guitar. I like it. Hope you guys like it. I appreciate subscribes and shares and likes and follows and all that fun stuff. Call it done. Thanks for watching. See ya.